They are out and we are off. Greeting losers P1 to Windows. Ooh, bit of contact there. Oh, and more with Tins as well. Oh no, Tins, don't go in there. The leader with the DRS making a move up the inside of Bulldogs.
Just noticed Windows has fallen into the wall. He's spun.
Grenade has to pit. Yes, he has to pit.
Race victory for HK Racing.
And a very big hello everybody, welcome along to the Kingdom of Bahrain for round 3 of the Aussie Racing Series, a history-making circuit. It hosted the first ever round of Formula 1 in the Middle East. This is the circuit we're racing on today, 5.4 kilometres in length, 15 turns, 3 DRS zones, plenty of overtaking opportunities, and our first sprint race of the season. Here is your commentary team.
They are out and we are off. Greeting losers P1 to Windows.
Ooh, sounds, yes.
Someone sounds, hey, hello.
Someone's very excited. We got sounds. We have sounds. Okay, sorry. I don't know what's happened there. Hi, everybody. Good to see you.
Hi, everyone.
Apologies.
Is the game loaded for anyone on their screen? I don't know if they're seeing the screen, but hello everyone, welcome to the sprint race. We've had a wonderful conversation between the two of us, introducing everyone to the race. Quick rundown, top 10 were inverse in the championship standings, and bottom 10, sorry, basically was as their championship standings are. Everyone's on mediums except for the Red Bulls, they're on softs. And we're about to get underway. Belladat's on pole position. So, what a way to start the Monday, hey, Nordal? What a way.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit of a shock to the system for me. I'd been briefly just inducted into the new season's OBS settings, and I thought I was all ready to go, but apparently people who do sound checks before they start the stream are geniuses, so I'm an idiot, and very sorry for that, everybody, but I'm very happy to be back here for another exciting week of ARL goodness, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the final 2 cars, the Red Bull, which is basically going sideways, to form up, and then we'll get on the grid. But yeah, here we go.
Sprint race, here we go. Bahrain Week 3 Academy 5 lights out. We're away. Belay takes us away. A little wobbly on the start there, and front 2 getting really swamped almost immediately. Look at that. Reblets looking at the gap, sees his way through straight into P1. And we're seeing carbon fiber going flying everywhere there into turn 1. A few people were running into the back of their rivals, and a little bit of carnage. Reblets coming off a little worse than we might have expected. Belay managed to take back P1. And we're away. We've got a couple of guys haven't made it through turn 1 yet. Stealth, Obi-Wan, both retiring.
Yeah, there's been chaos. We have chaos in the back of the field here at the moment. They're all trying to sort each other out with who's supposed to be the leader. Just drive, boys. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. My God. They're all trying to play chicken. We've got the safety car out, lap number 1 here, and yeah, there's penalties galore. Formal's got a penalty for just basically ignoring yellow flags. Cappy's got one from being hit. It's been absolute chaos in the back. Obi, I don't think even got off the start line, to be honest. And he's running. We've changed the settings from last week, so there's no steering assist, and braking assist is down. So they've struggled. And Stealth's already in the wall. So it's been pure chaos, absolute chaos. Broadcast has been chaos, and the race has been chaos. But Slim Shady, P10, Nordal, up 7 positions.
Absolutely fantastic start for the man.
Yeah, and Anton's dropped 7 right in front of him. 007 is there. So Belladet's your leader, followed by Reblets, Manitin, Jake, Bulldogs, Formal Casting, Rudy in 7th, followed by Angry, Ayrton, Breed Slim Shady, Mercy, HK Racing, Kufu Cowboy, Windows, your boy Cappy, Schmuck, and Soccer Tom on lap number 1. And we're under safety car.
And what do you think Self and Obi will be doing in the time between now and the next race? Do you think they'll be using this to get a couple of practice laps in, or sitting here quietly and thinking about what they've done?
I think they'll be sitting there quietly. I think you don't want to leave at the moment, because Mondays are usually patch days, so you don't want to get out of the lobby. But Hazahawk has joined, so he'll start in P20 for the race, as Obi has possibly gone to time trial to practice. But yeah, pure chaos, and yeah, should set up for what will be an interesting main race, I think. Obviously, sprint race is pure chaos, but I wasn't expecting safety car turn 1, lap 1, to be honest.
And a couple of those fellas who are maybe thinking, that they've been making their way through the field and, sort of resetting their position for the race, are probably a bit miffed right now that they've got 3 or 4 less laps to do it in. Basically locked in position until the safety car goes in, so a lot of that opportunity to really sort of gain 10 spots, to improve your position for the race has just sort of slipped away a little bit. For Soccer Tom at the back there, he's up 3 spots, but he could be hoping to be up like 5 or 6 by the end of lap 3.
Yeah, I think also McLaren bias. I think Cappy was on a good start, and then had to play chicken with everyone trying to sort out the order. But yeah, for the Ferraris, you expect them to be up there. They might be taking a more cautious approach to the start of this race, but yeah, it's definitely quite interesting.
I don't know if we just watched the same turn 1, but I don't think caution.
I don't think
he said in the same thought as this race.
I think that was probably an afterthought. I think it's like, oh, maybe we should have taken it a bit more.
Cappy, the solo cautious person on this track right now, apparently.
Yeah. But yeah, now he's stuck in a Ferrari sandwich, and we're gonna go 1 more lap under safety car.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of chat in the in the chat, I guess, and it's a shame we can't get rid of the safety cars for sprints. And I got to agree, right? 10 laps isn't a long time. 1 safety car, it's a lot of racing, passing you by.
Yeah, it helps out the soft tyre runners.
It does,
because it's an interesting strategy. As Soccer Tom's now gone onto the softs as well. So, I mean, I did my testing, and I'm surprised that we've had as many, like even 1 soft tyre runner, because I guess they knew a safety car. Maybe they've had deja vu and saw a safety car happening. But soft tyres here really die very quickly. It's always been Bahrain. The rears have always gone quite early, but it's been quite interesting to see. So I don't think we'll see many soft tyre runners in the main race. I think it's just for the sprint. So. But yeah,
people are always eager to see what they can get away with, I guess, and maybe some guys just even using it as a test for the main event. But yeah, it's have to agree, sort of, over 10 laps, you'd expect the mediums to be the much better tyre. I guess Soccer Tom probably hoping that with sort of limited time we'll be able to make him count in time. But yeah, he's got a lot of work ahead of him, doesn't he? I mean, even just to get inside that sort of top 10 from here is. Yeah, there's some big names ahead of him. HK Racing leading the championship right now, sitting in P12. He's not gonna go down without a fight.
And it's only top 8 that get points here, Nordal as well. So it's even more of a challenge for him. He's going to make 9 spots basically to get in, and as we've got the safety car coming in, finally we'll get us under racing conditions with 6 laps to go.
And Verstappen is menacing delayed out right now.
Oh my, they're all just, it's a car park. It's a car park. But yeah, so we're about to go underway here, and yeah, there is definitely chaos here as Rudy and Formal are trying to swap stuff out, but they've backed off and they're losing time as we're back underway with racing conditions.
No idea what's going on there, but he's finally put it down, and I think he didn't know whether he was coming or going. I think he might have timed his run a little early there, and probably a bit lucky that he didn't have any sort of damage popping out there amongst the field. But of course we're seeing further back down the field there's Look at this gap already pulled out by the lead 6. We've got 1.5 seconds between. Look at this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm lost for words.
Pure chaos, because again the car park caused chaos, and Formal unfortunately picked up another 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. He just playing chicken with Rudy of who actually was supposed to have the position. He was trying to get back to Rudy and the game said no. So they've been caught out, but they're catching back up. They're caught up to the back of Bulldogs here, but yeah, Belladat, Reblitz, Manitin, Jake, they've all pulled away, the pack of 4, and they've got the chasers in the Pentalon behind them, trying to catch up to them. But
Ooh,
yeah, it's
going very wide there.
Yeah, as we've got Reblitz on the inside of Belladat. We'll get the move done. Still on the outside there. As we've got a spin in the back of the field, but that's okay. We'll stick to the front as Reblitz will get past Belladat. Now under attack by Manitin. And Manitin will just sit behind and wait for his opportunity, as we've had Freed Slim Shady has gone around in the approach the end of Sector 2. So not what he was looking for in the Red Bull seat.
Oh, going a bit poorly for Freed Slim Shady indeed, isn't it? But this race for top 4 is spicing up quite nicely. I've noticed Jake here seems to have some great speed out of the corners, and he's sticking right to the back of Manitin right now. So points for Williams. Dare I say it?
Yeah, points for Williams, and currently Formal's trying to get one more point over Rudy. Goes around the outside. What a beautiful move there by Formal. And now he's going to be under attack. He's used half his battery here, and he's going to try and chase down Bulldogs. But this little pack of Rudy, Arton, and Angry Man, as Rudy has a look, this is going to be a tight little battle here. They're all fighting over the 1 position point of 8th. And yeah, it's all starting to heat up in the mid pack here.
Yeah, and I'm noticing the gap between the lead pack and the rest is slowly coming down. Looks like Beleda acting as a bit of a stopper in the bottle there.
Wait, Tins has gone somewhere else.
Yeah, Tin going right off track there. Yeah, looks like Beleda causing a bit of a hold up behind him, and Reblitz cruising off right now. And
yeah.
Jake will be looking to make his way through and probably set off in hot pursuit, I'd imagine. But yeah, we'll be looking to avoid Tin's fate, who looking a bit swamped right now, old Manitin.
Yeah, he's under attack. He's got Bulldogs.
Oh, vicious wheel banging. Bulldogs not giving him any space. Oh, and Bulldogs.
Hey!
Oh, Bulldogs getting out to dodge him a little bit there.
Oh my God.
Bulldogs not ceding any ground.
Remember, guys, steering assist is off. Okay, steering assist is. Oh my golly gosh! It's
mayhem.
It's chaos. I know last week with chaos was hungry, but this is bonkers. Guys, you still got like 29 laps or something still to go. Settle it down, as we've got a send from.
Round.
It was a massive send, absolute massive, and Formal's now P4 with a massive gap. Angry's got a couple positions there. He's under attack by Mercy, but holy dooly.
And Mercy up the inside here. And he's through.
Yeah,
nice
so was
pass there from Mercy.
So was Windows behind. It was active symmetry, as we've got Cappy's gone around with Rudy. I think that's contact. And
not a great race for that particular McLaren.
Yeah, Cappy will be absolutely livid. He's basically been involved in all of pack racing the last 2 weeks, not by his own doing. There must be a hit me on the back of that McLaren sticker, because yeah, because he's been basically pushed aside each week with a bit of chaos. But yeah, and Reblitz is just checked out, and
yeah, Reblitz is off into the distance. No worries there. And Jake has finally got past Beleda, but doesn't look like he's going to have the pace to really catch up to Reblitz in the remaining time. If anything, he's continuing to drop back. So looking very comfortable for Reblitz right now, if he can keep it on track.
I gotta say, this is what it's going to be all week long. I am excited. I was excited last week with Hungary. There was a lot of mid-pack battles and choo-choo trains, you know, all throughout the divisions. Probably as we got along, the trains got longer and longer and closer together. It was good to see, but God, this is chaos. Absolute chaos for a Monday afternoon. And it's all headed by, currently the train is headed by Manitin with wing damage.
Yeah, nice little train forming up behind him. And I didn't catch what happened to HK there, our championship leader. He was up the field before, and he's fallen back to 13th. Just watched him make a move, but he's... Do we have a spin? Have we seen spins up and down the field?
I think we may have. I think they've all got involved in some hours. We've cursed another one.
Flag, and it's end dash this time.
Where is he? He's hidden. Oh, there he is. I saw him just for a brief second. As the Red Bulls touch in P14, P15, Rudy gets past Freed Slim Shady, but yeah, it's...
Yeah, Rudy has not made the progress we probably might have thought he would have through the field this race, has he? We sort of picked him for a mover and a shaker, and he's gone backwards. He started in P9, P2 in the championship. This is a big player right here. It's gone nowhere.
Yeah, for sure. And we talked about Soccer Tom had a lot to do, and he's gone up into P9 as Schmuck's gone around in the back in the dreaded Timmy. I like to call it the Timmy spin corner. As you finish off sector 2. So pure chaos. We've got 3 laps remaining, and been absolute pure chaos. And the mid pack's got another move with Manitin, Formal, and Belladat. That was a gutsy move by Formal, and
there's a Manitin round again. It looks like Mercedes can't keep it pointed in the right direction. But yeah, absolutely great move there from Formal, casting on below that really late dive up the inside in turn 1. And really making it stick. Below that, sort of nothing you can do to defend against that. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. I feel for Tins. He's got the pace, but he always gets in the chaos. You just got to take it a little bit more cautious. Get in the next corner. Don't need to get it straight away. But now he's under attack by the championship leader, who is trying to do damage limitations for the main race. Obviously, we've talked about top 8 gets points here, and the only person who is in the points in his battle at the moment is Formal. So he wants to try and at least get 1 or 2 points because Rudy's behind him. So
casting, by the way, has 10 seconds of penalties. So
I mean, probably
work absolutely cut out for him. I'm sorry to say.
I know, and unfortunately, poor Max won't get those removed because of the race. As HK has gone around.
Looks
and
like Kofu Cowboy once again involved in that little tangle. So our championship leader maybe made himself a few too many enemies early in the season.
Maybe, but you feel for all these drivers.
The nice thing about the sprint is you get a second chance.
Yes, for sure. I'm just watching the total intervals now.
Belayed out, sorry. Looks like he's going to get the pass done into turn 3? Or not. Belayed out apparently has huge straight line speed. Sorry, as you were blessing. I've interrupted nothing.
That's alright. Angry has just been passed by Windows. He's on a charge. But I'm just looking at the intervals at the moment. So Formal, with his current 10 seconds of unfortunate penalties, will actually put him into P9 as he's just got past Jake as well, as Jake's actually gone off the track. So Formal's going to put his head down. He's got 2 laps to try and at least build at least a 5-second more gap. He won't do it, but he's got to put his head down and keep charging. But there's a pack all behind Jake now. Belladat, Mercy. Behind that is then Windows, Angry, Soccerton. They're all fighting over points now. Who will get the more points? But setting up for this last lap of who's got the most ERS to use on these DRS straights.
And of course, a good position here as well. And there's 2 rounds. There's a Williams into the wall there. Jake and Belayda after, Mercy and Belayda after such a clean race from Belayda at the front. He's finally gone round, and that's a devastating blow to him. With on the final lap, a couple of corners left to go. A lap and a couple of corners left to go. But big news for the Ferraris now, up. How many positions up are they now? 14 positions for Windows, 13 for Soccertom. Huge moves. Both Ferraris looking to get points on the board today.
Yeah, they've been in the packs where there's been chaos, but they've been the fortunate ones to not be the ones as the result of the chaos. So they've done their duty well, and they've kept their head out of trouble. Now, for Windows, he'll probably get bumped up to P3 here following Max's unfortunate penalties. And they won't be able to challenge any of these penalties and things like that because they impact the grid for the next race. So as Free Slim Shady has gone around. But wow, what a sprint race, Norda. We're still got people across the
Windows
line.
is round. Windows
Oh,
after
no.
just as we were talking about it, Windows goes round at the little hairpin there. Absolute chaos. And it's an
must
easy
say-
place to lose it.
I must say, with you back, the cursing of the drivers is also back.
Is it me?
It's your tradition. I mean, people were doing it last week, but it's just unfortunate as Cappy gets a 5-second.
Again. Is that, I can see the yellow flag there. I think Windows having an absolute nightmare of a lap.
But Reblets has won the sprint race. What a performance. Benefited
Awesome
with the
drive,
championship
Reblets.
standings. Max will come across in second, but will drop back with his 10 seconds worth of penalties.
So
And,
P2 for Jake, P3 for Angry Man. P4 for Soccer Tom, massive move for him, 15 positions gained in the end, I believe. Yeah, 15 positions. And so yeah, that cements formal casting in 5th place there. Bulldogs in 6th, backing up a strong performance in the Drivers' Championship so far. And Windows recovers to P7, Manatin in P8, rounding out the final points position. And as a final, would you think it? HK Racing, last man over the line, P16, doing a miserable job of defending his championship bid right now. And that will be your grid for next race, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Yeah. It's just crazy. Absolute crazy. And a lot of penalties, a lot of chaos. That's what Sprint Week is going to cause. We've got one Sprint Week every 3 weeks, so plenty of chaos. But yeah, so Reblets, followed by Jake, Angry Soccer Tom, former Bulldogs, Windows, and Manatin finally gets a point. So with all these spins, Tins does get a point, which is good.
Man of spin.
Man of spin, 16, snatches that point, but I'm interested to see this full race.
Oh, I can't wait. And bets on how many corners we can make it without a safety car.
I think we're gonna have a couple. Yeah, that's something different for sure. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think biggest surprise for me is how far back HK went. He didn't really make any improvement. Went back 6 places. He'll start P16 for the main race, and yeah, that's probably the biggest surprise is HK going further back than expected. I would have expected him to get at the front. We don't know if he was involved in too much chaos.
We did see him involved in a couple of spills, didn't we? But yeah, it's definitely disappointing for him at very least. He maybe he's more of a long distance sort of a guy.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think. Well, he is. From last week, he went on the alternative strategy, used the hard tires, and then switched to the mediums, and that basically set himself up for Hungary to win that race. The only driver to do so in this division. Be interesting to see if he does it again, and how many other drivers follow. With Bahrain being a heavy degradation track on your tires, are you wanting to do the 1-stop, or are you trying to do an aggressive 2-stop, knowing that there is likely going to be lots of safety cars here, Nordal?
I think absolutely. With even the slightest hint of a safety car, I'm thinking about a 2-stop here, and probably given what we just saw in the last race. Trying to get one of those delicate tires out of the way nice and early.
Yeah. Start and softs to see how fast you can get and how many positions you get off the start line, and then have a safety car lap 1, and then come pit for your medium tires or something like that.
That's largely what I'm thinking, yes.
Yeah. That's a smart play. As we're underway, we've got a full grid for this one, for the main race, and we have a mixture of tires. We have hards and mediums all across the field. So, going to be interesting as we're underway for the formation lap here.
Yeah, so most people opting to go for the meds, and you'd have to say, based on a predictive pit stop strategy, that would appear to be everybody committing to a 1-stop.
Yeah, you hope so. Last week did result in a late safety car, and people jumped on the softs then, but they lost a lot of track positions. So, will they have learnt their lesson last week? Probably not. And they'll jump straight back on the soft tyres when they get an opportunity. But for here, medium tyres will be a good start. I expect formal Belladat, Kofu, and HK, and even Stealth really to struggle early on this track with the hard tyres, but we'll see them start to make waves probably around lap 6 and onwards once those tyres are settled in. But Nordal, you've missed all the fun in the action last couple of weeks with these formation laps, how they place themselves on the grid. We've had people basically park it on a right angle, 90 degrees, and we've already got people DSQing for contact, and that's HK again.
Oh no.
These days gone from bad to worse. And yeah, we're about to get underway here for the main race.
It's lucky there's one capable driver at Haas to take some points, eh? It's not HK today. Sorry, I'm just seeing in chat Dutchy asking what tyres would be used for a 2-stop. To clarify that, mate, I think just saying nobody's playing for the softs for half a lap into safety car strat that we were discussing. Maybe they've all used their softs.
Maybe. I think if you have the opportunity to use 2 mediums, which I don't think you can, I'm not sure, then you would do medium with a hards in there somewhere. But you could also probably stretch out a hards and a medium to a soft tyre at the end for a quick sprint. But the forming up of the grid, we've got a couple of DSQs at the front. They've missed their pit stalls, and they continue to happen at the rear of the field.
How do I look at the back? Okay, here we go.
Just keep flicking through. They're all trying to line up. There's a lot more than what I expected.
There's a lot of disqualifications. So those are people who don't know where their brake is. That's right.
Yeah, and Hazahawk,
cool under pressure, finds his box.
And we are about to get underway. 5 red lights. And we're underway for the feature race of the Academy Division here at Bahrain. And we're underway with a bit of chaos with Socotom and Windows getting up nice and caught there. And as my camera angle is really, really poor.
Yeah, and there's a Ferrari around Windows.
Oh, 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. As there we've got chaos with HK spinning. No, he's just pushed someone off the track. It's just utterly chaos.
And the swarm are loose, but we don't have a safety car yet. Big news, we've made it through 3 corners, no safety cars. We are off to a new beginning.
Yep, and look at the position. So Reblitz has run away again, as your boy Cappy and Freed Slim Shady have made plenty of positions, and Formal Casting's dropped a bit as well. So there's a bit of a shuffle around. HK we thought we had spun, but it looks like he hasn't, and he's up to P8. So he's on the charge with the hard tyres, as the field's starting to spread at the front.
And there's
very congested in the back.
Ugh. Yeah, so it's big moves from HK. He's up 9 positions already, so a bit stronger this race. Maybe he's found a bit of clear air.
For sure,
keep his heels clear of the carnage. And yeah, it's actually proceeded in quite an orderly fashion, hasn't it? You know, I know there was a little bit of carnage, a little bit of chaos, and I'm watching as sort of the swarm of hornets, a flock down the long straight. But that was quite a clean first lap, I thought. That was minimal death and destruction. And the front 3.
Roby's just no. What's going on? Freed Slim Shady's just killed the back of Formal. Just absolutely spun him. And absolute pure chaos. As I've been.
I take everything I said back.
Yeah, I've been requested to move a driver to a different corps. So give me 2 seconds.
No problemo.
This is the art of being the one of the admins here. You get less whilst you're commentating. There we go. Bulldogs wanted to be in the Alpine team chat, so.
And absolute shock on the track. Reblitz has gone around, leads for 2 for the last 10 laps or so of racing, and he's back down into P8, falling way down the field at 1.4 seconds back from Windows, who's had his own mischief this race.
And Freed Slim Shady's gone down as well, so it's pure chaos for the fast people. There's a broken wing that's just, I've seen on the track.
Now that might be Bulldogs, as I'm watching Bulldogs wobbling around completely D1.
Oh no,
absolutely
he's got no wing.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, and he's 100%. Pushing Rudy. Oh my, so Rudy's gone off a bit wide there, but Bulldogs will likely pit. Now, these cars you can drive with no wing.
Yes,
You will lose a
yeah.
bit of track time. But
Bulldogs is on a PB lap right now without a wing.
yeah, I mean it is lap 2, but
Yeah, but you know, it's 2.2 seconds up. I think, you know, factoring in
my.
no wing, that starts to even out.
And guess who's on the inside? It's HK Racing against Rudigers, who's sitting behind here, and he'll get the better exit here, and we'll try to make a move. And
Looks
Bulldogs will.
Rudy just has the better straight line speed there, I think.
Yeah, but here comes Windows, as it's going to be
It's gonna
possibly
be 3 wide.
3 wide.
Oh no, HK backs out. That's a man of a championship to think about. Oh, he's looking to go a long way around, and HK, in fact, Windows really not coming out of that the best after a pretty aggressive initial move. Sort of getting clustered out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. But he's probably just waiting for these tyres to come in. He is on the hard tyres. We're talking about HK here. Windows is the one on the medium, so he has to try and get as much of a mission pushing forward as he can. But yeah, whilst we've got this battle in the front, we've got a little pack at the front. The two leaders, Angry Man and Jake.
Jake is very wobbly indeed out of that little hairpin there. Barely keeping the car in a straight line. And clearly feeling the pressure a bit from Angry Man building behind him.
Yeah, so Angry is I know him. He's raced in Formals League back in the day and Accelerate, and he is returning back to form and having a bit of experience as Max has had another sort of spin in the approaching the last Euro straight. But yeah, Angry had a good performance last week in his first race and got himself in a good spot with the championship constructor standings and things like that to help AlphaTauri. But he's on a charge here, and he's going to make the move around the outside, simple as it is, around Jake, and Jake's probably just trying to just consolidate where he is after the sprint race.
Yeah, I think so, and we'll see. It looks like relatively even pace between these two. We'll see how Jake goes in the slipstream, because yeah, it's a very long straight, that, isn't it? It's very hard to defend there if someone can follow you closely through sector 3. So
sure is, as Stealth gets around the other AlphaTauri of Schmuck, and he's on a charge from the rear of the field.
Oh, nearly cursed him.
We nearly did, but yeah, as Windows does get past HK with that DRS straight. So HK's up 10 positions, your boy Cappy's up 8, Reblitz is down 7, and Obi-Wan, I believe Obi-Wan possibly is AI at the moment, and he is in P11. Yes, Obi is AI, so we'll credit the AI for that performance. But yeah, there is a couple of movers and shakers at the start of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, and surprising to see I was going to say a little train falling behind Reblitz, but he's slowly pulling himself free. But I wonder if he's taken a bit of damage or lost a bit of tyre life in that spin, because I sort of expected Reblitz after that spin to P8 to recover quite quickly, given the pace he showed us in the sprint, but he hasn't done so. He's just sort of stuck there in the midfield right now.
Yeah, and Stealth's gone around in the back as well, so I'll keep caster cursing. I'll eventually get everybody on the grid.
Just say all the names once.
Yeah, we'll just say even it out. But Windows is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, a 1:33.4. Interesting note. Now, this is obviously talking about other divisions, and this is going back to last week, Nordal. But bit of interest because I know you missed Hungary. But lap records for this season have all been reset because of the new cars.
Makes sense.
And Drix in Prodigy took out both the qualifying and the race fastest laps because of Division 1 having a DSQ and also having wet qualifying. So any division can have quick boys in it.
Oh, I was going to say, do we get our pitchforks out for Drix, or are we welcoming of our new Div 2 Overlord?
Oh, who knows? I think.
Overlord.
Who knows? You know, they're all sort of sneaking. Everyone's sneaking and improving in all the different divisions. Whilst the two of us are.
This AI is doing very well, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like... So I'm just reading chaos in chat. It looks like HK closing right up to the back now of Windows, looking hungry. And I'm really not sure, I'm just going to try and fix my game sound. It's bugging me. I went in there, there's just nothing coming through. Oh, it's a known bug, is it? So what was the settings again? I'm sorry, I'm hearing from chat that they can hear me, but not you. But then they've got no desktop. What the hell is going on? One moment. Do we have sound now? Is it working?
Yahoo!
Has everything worked? Please!
Yahoo!
Let it work!
Anyone can say this, say Yahoo in the chat.
Give me a Hoya. Okay, we got the Hoyas. Brilliant. Okay, it has been a night riddled with just useless technical errors, but thank you for bearing with us. And thank you for the Hoyas! Hoya!
But yeah, we got some racing in the back of the pack here, all shuffled up behind Kofu Cowboy. Tins has just got past, and Belladat Schmock, sorry, not Schmack, Hazahawk and Cappy are all in the back there. Bulldog's just pitted, so he's a bit out of condition. He's just got past Slim Shady, but the front, I'm not going to cast a curse them, but they're keeping their gaps and their distance from each other, so there's not too much action at the front at the moment.
No, it looks like the first really sort of intense battle in the field is still Windows and HK. HK, I don't know, happy to just tuck in there or can't pass?
Probably a little bit of both. I feel like Windows is fast on pace. It's about the consistency that he has struggled with in recent times, but HK's on a different tyre compound as well on the hards compared to the medium, so I think he showed us last week the patience, and he's also playing the championship game, so I think he'll just sit there and wait. He is currently a couple of positions higher than Formal, who's the next driver on the same compound, so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like he's getting a bit of a drag down in the straight, sort of loses a bit of time through the corners there, and then closes it back up, so he's pretty happy sitting exactly where he is right now.
Yeah. For sure. But it is interesting to say the least. I think FIA stewards are going to have some fun with, both end results. Obviously, there was time penalties in the last race. They couldn't be removed for this grid for this one. They could, possibly change the end results. FIA will have a discussion. We won't get too much into that following this race of how we will approach. Things we didn't expect to occur in a sprint week format. But it's all about the fun, the difference in changing of formats and things like that. I think it's going to be good fun for everybody, as Obi-Wan has finally decided to grace us with his presence, and he'll be taking over his car in P12 in order.
Now, I did see before in the chat that apparently Obi didn't realise it was the second race of all fellas, so after DNFing at turn 1, he left, never to return, and has just realised that, shit, oh, excuse me, whoops, I'm in P12, I have a car to get back to, so welcome back, Obi, good to have you here.
I think that would be his actual reaction too. I think that was, you know, the oh shit. But oh well. As we've got a couple of pitters, we've got Eaton and Hazahawk, as everyone's again trying to get into the lobby. He'll probably try and take his car control. I mean, just if you're Obi, just push on. You're in a bit of a gap, and see how you travel. You are in P11, so keep trucking along.
Fierce fight coming up right behind him now. Manatee and Khufu Cowboy and Belaydat fighting all over the same piece of road. The Mercedes, Alpine and Aston Martin going hammer and tongs right now. And next DRS straight, we'll see if Manatee can hold on again, or if Khufu Cowboy and Belaydat, maybe the 12 lap old hards now, the med's starting to fall off a bit. So really finding a bit of pace that Manatee's struggling to hold back.
Yeah, it's getting to that pit window now, towards that pit window for these medium compound tyres. They're starting to die off. As speak of the devil, Angry Man and Jake have pitted, so letting Rudy be the leader. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's how much tyre wear do you want to do? As Obi's he's just gone to the runoff area, and he'll rejoin down in P16, and instant grinding on the. That's trying to do Tony Hawk skate style.
Points for that. That's board slide.
Yeah, he kept it on there, on the ripple strip. So he'll take control of 16. Those tires are too hot, Obi. Take it easy, buddy. But yeah, it's kicking off as Tins is now pitted. So yeah, so these medium
Jake
tires are
just
starting.
Jake Angry Man out of the pits actually. So Jake retakes the lead. Well, the net lead of the race.
Yeah, so these games, you know, cold tires, cold tires. So he'll take it a lot more cautious than the others. As I think that's Kofu's gone around. Yes, it is down at turn number 1 as Obi's retired. Obi's retired the pits, so that's unfortunate. But oh well.
Looks like Obi really struggling to come to terms with the new car model there.
Yeah. Another week of, you know, practicing. Obviously, steering assist was turned off over the week and duration of the week, so that brought a bit of disadvantages. We've got it'd be just Obi's car just retiring on the track. But yeah, Rudy's going out for another lap on these mediums, and
Windows jumps into the pit out of the way of HK released.
5-second penalty though for Windows. That's gonna hurt. Getting to the end of the race, as it's a one stop from now, so yeah he's gonna.
Like everyone going for the one stop, doesn't it? No one blinked an eye at that one, and no safety cars by the way. What do you know?
I'm gonna knock on wood just to not jinx it. As who's that gone around? That's
looks like
Reblitz. Soccer? No.
I see the yellow flag. But
trying to figure out who it is. It looks like it was Schmuck that went around in the AlphaTauri. I was trying to see if that was Angry, but Angry just came out of the
right
pits.
now is right on the back of Windows and looking to get through and not able to. Oh, there he goes. Windows goes very unexpectedly wide really there. They just Angry followed him into the corner and overtook him midway through, and Angry seeds. Oh, that's awkward. And Formal Casting run very wide there, looking to take advantage of this scrapping here. And Windows wide again. Angry Man back in the mix, and look at it. Stealth looking to make it 4 here. And Windows manages to do just enough to stay ahead now. And Windows, without that 5-second penalty, would be looking not too shabby right now. But that penalty just stings, doesn't it?
Yeah, these cold tires, they're really cold, and they take a while with the hards. So Angry's got 1 lap fresher than Windows. His NASCAR pushing him up the hill here.
Yeah, a little bit of bump drafting.
A little bit of bump drafting. Formal's on the older tires, so both him and Stealth are on the older tires here. They'll be going for a little bit later into the stint, so they want to get past these two really, really early before they pull away, but it's going to be this main straight. Windows is still going to be trying to get these tires at the temperature. He is going to be a sitting duck, as now Mercy has pit, as Manatin's gone around again. Yeah, here we go down the main straight now. Angry Man's going to have a look as Formula stuff actually pitted, so that's probably on the pit window right now for them. So that's unfortunate. But the battle's here with Angry Man and Windows. Going to have another opportunity coming past turn number 3 of the straight here. All the way run down. He's lost a bit of time, so Windows has got those tyres at the temperature and he's pulled away now nearly a full second in a couple of corners.
Yeah, really quick there through Sector 1, and we'll see if that's a setup difference or just Windows coming up to speed now with those tyres, and if he's just going to keep building that lead. And we've got more yellow flags there. That looks like Red Bull freed some Shady once again. Having an absolute nightmare of a race. I'm very concerned that I can see my future here, looking at some Shady and thinking about my own race on Wednesday night, that I too will be spending a lot of time pointing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he's running got a new graphics card finally arrived, and he's been missing out on some practice time like yourself, so he is unfortunately struggling. But a long season, 11 weeks, obviously we're now 3 weeks down.
Time. And you know, a good race is a good race, right? You don't need to be in the championship battle to have the scrap of a lifetime with a close competitor on the track. As Schmuck there goes around, relegates himself to 18th position.
Yep, and Rudy's still going around on these med tyres, as now HK is going to inverse the strategy like what all these other drivers have done on the alternative, and he will be on the mediums, as he'll come out right in the mix of the AlphaTauri and the Ferrari nearly being side by side. HK is going to slot in, and yeah, he's going to be on the back of him in a couple of laps time. So it's Rudy yet to pit with the pole currently, the leader currently P1, theoretically sitting with Jake, followed by Windows, Angry Man, HK Racing, Soccer Tom, Red Blitz, and Mercy. And then Kofu Cowboy still to pit with Formal leading out your top 10. So it's all to play for still. We have a pit stop still to go for Kofu and Rudy. So they should hopefully be pitting shortly.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking at Rudy's strategy, I can only assume that he's going for the F1 2021 one stop. He's going soft meds here, or med softs. Surely you don't stretch the meds out that far if you plan to go onto hards. He's losing significant time, right? But with that said, 22-second delta, 20-second clear. How long is the pit stop here? Will Rudy be coming out P1 if he pits now?
I think he will just be swamped. I think he'll come out right if he goes for another 1 to 2 laps here. I think he's going to be absolutely eaten alive by Windows, Angry Man, and HK, because that's sort of where the bubble is. It's about 20 seconds, and then cold tires, you basically lose an extra 2 seconds on the different compounds you set up coming out of the pits just on that lap alone. So Windows is setting purples at the moment, so if you're Rudy Gez, you don't want to be out for too much longer. But yes, he's going the old F1 21 strategy. Surprised we're seeing it, to be honest.
I'm not seeing that delta between Rudiger's and Jake coming down in any significant measure. I know that obviously the guys behind Jake might be the bigger threat to Rudy here, but Rudy seems to be keeping the pace.
Yeah.
Now that I say it, he's lost a third of a second through a second. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore, but I think Rudy has definitely hit the cliff. Or is on the verge of it, and yeah, might have some work to do for that front pack if he wants to catch up at this rate. Finally, tires falling away from him, and everyone's settling into a bit of a rhythm, aren't they, Bassing? We're seeing not really that much close fighting going on. Obviously, the fight for P sort of the podium positions, I guess, when it all comes out in the wash, will be pretty colourful, but it's starting to put a bit of a gap. I'm seeing your boy Cappy closing up onto the back of Beladat, putting a bit of pressure on through turn 3.
Yeah, it's all a bit of chaos there. It's a snake train as Rebels has gone around.
Yes.
But it's okay, he's in a bit of a window, so you can slot back in and get back under racing conditions. But yeah, there's a pack here, and they're all stuck behind Kofu and Ayrton, as Ayrton steps sort of to the side and lets Kofu go by, obviously knowing it's a different tyre strategy. Now here comes Beladat looking for the same opportunity with Manatin as well. So all kicking off now with this train as
Kofu running Manitin very wide there.
I think Tins is struggling with possibly ping related stuff there. We won't look into that too much.
A ghost of a car right there. And Tin flickering everywhere. Oh, condemned. Caught live on track, and Tin's having a bit of chaotic race now. It makes for good viewing for us. It's very colourful in there. I'm sure these guys are absolutely at their wits' end right now, trying to avoid that ghosting car of Tin. And Tin losing positions are maybe suffering more from the latency than the guys around him at the moment.
Yeah, and there goes Cappy as well. So Kofi on the trying to warm up his tyres, he's struggling a little bit. But yeah, interesting with Tins. I think Tins is streaming as he's gone deep into that corner. Lucky ghosting. I think, well, I say ghosting, but I think Tins is streaming.
Very aggressive overtake there, sorry.
You're right. Oh my, he's pushing Cappy off track.
Cappy is having. That is a huge DNF for nobody. They both survived that. How are they both still in the race? It looks. I think we're seeing Big D sink there though. That looked laggy to me.
Yeah, that looks super laggy. It literally looked like as if Cappy just got on like a boost pad in Mario Kart where it sends you supersonic, and he just basically just yeeted from one side of the track to the other. He's going to have to pit now, but that's unfortunate. Tins is also struggling, and Bulldogs as well is impacted there. It's super disappointing for everyone involved, but God, that's a clip of the week for sure.
That was a cracker, yeah.
As we do have, Tins is teleported back up to the top. So we've got desync at the moment.
Yeah, and Windows has made its way through, by the way, past Jake now into, well, P2, not accounting for that penalty, but P1 once Rudy's in the pit. So Ferrari all the way back up the top.
Yeah, now we did have an epic clip last week, and it was in, not this division, I think it was in another Red Bull. I think it was with Josh. Yes, it was. Josh and Achuri, where basically Josh's graphics card decided to do an update mid-race, and he came back and he sent Achuri sky high into turn 1 of Hungary. We basically saw something similar just there between Cappy and Bulldogs, but oh my, this game doesn't disappoint for sure.
I gotta say, it's disappointing me at the moment with some of the camera angles we're getting. Occasionally I swap to see an overtake, and Codemaster shows me a beautiful view of a fence or something. It's
Yep, as soft tyres, here we go for Rudiges. Finally comes into pits at 8 laps.
Where's he going to come out? He's going to be behind the lead pack.
Well, here we go. It's a run down to turn 1. Where is he? He's going to be behind. He's going to be behind HK? Yep. So
looks like it, yeah. And time to go on a charge for Rudiges. See if he can make those soft tyres work. 8 laps to do it. They will be quick. He will be rocketing along now at the end of this race, but how far does he have to go? About 6 seconds? Could be
6 seconds. 6 seconds to lead, but he's got to get past the mountain in HK, and yeah, he's got all to do for him, and he's got to get those tires to the end. They will die lap 25, so he's got to make all of his moves as quickly as possible. As I finally get a good camera angle where I've got basically the airplane, the balloon cam of Rudy.
The blimp.
Yeah, finally after we had a go at the Codys, they're finally giving us, and then they give us a rear tyre camera to back that up. So it's all kicking off as Jake's having a look at Windows. He's a little bit further back, but Kofu gets past Balladat as that's the only closest battle at the moment. But they're all spread out at the moment, this field, as Balladat's gone around.
Didn't like being past, he's had a tantrum, he's gone home.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going back to the pit lane. But Cappy's going to have a now run on him, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's been pure chaos in the pack, in the field this race. Sprint and feature.
Completely wingless still, by the way. He's just he doesn't care. He's doesn't need that. He's got as much downforce as he wants from those Venturi tunnels. He's going to put pressure on below that just fine without a wing. Thank you very much.
I think Balladat's getting a bit of deja vu. I did this to him in a practice lobby in at Brazil. It was a social, one of those 5-lap social lobbies. Came from basically nowhere near him with no front wing, and mowed him down in a McLaren. So he's getting a bit of deja vu. We are at Bahrain.
And that's a spinning Mercedes there. That's
Tins. I know we're getting highlight packages, but can we get a counter? I know this is doing him dirty, but all in good faith and good laugh. Can we get a man of spin counter, please, Deku, with your highlight package? I think you put like an anime type of trailer the other day. Can we get something like that with Man of Tin? We'd greatly appreciated. But yeah, poor Tins. Another stressful day as he's coming in for the pit lane.
And yeah, it's not going to be a strong race for Tin. It looks like short of a late safety, his hopes of some big points today are very much over. He got that 1 point in the sprint, so points on the board today, but maybe not the points he's hoping for.
Yeah, for sure. For sure indeed, as Rudy still hasn't really caught up to the back of HK as I expected, so...
No, in fact, that gap between him and Windows has grown. Rudy has lost about half a second to Windows in the last 3 laps. So...
Yes. As we say, as he sets the fastest lap, so...
Tyre's coming online now, maybe. Took a little bit to warm him up, maybe had a bit of a deep corner or something, but he's back in business.
Yeah,
I think that's too slow, isn't it? It's, you know, you need to do the damage immediately. Oh, Kufu Cowboy out of the session.
Here we go.
It looks like
We've got a safety car. Late course safety car. It has arrived.
He must have been wheel to wheel with someone, right?
Surely, but oh my. There's a wing that's just floating into the air. So Cappy will be able to pit for it to get that wing changed. Probably will go to softs. You can get softs now to the end. You're going to have 3 laps under safety car.
Literally just
Rudy.
as I said as well, that Mana Tim was going to need softs, a safety car.
Yeah,
Here it is. Oh, but he is... Is he stuck in traffic? Has he been lapped? He's been lapped. Mana Tin has just gone down a lap. Are we able to unlap ourselves in this game?
No, he'll have to hope that these boys pit to unlap himself. I mean, they could gentleman's rule and guess go off the track, but that's just pure chaos. So
very disappointing for Mana Tin. This is almost exactly what I need to bring himself back in the race.
Yeah, so hopefully, you know, you don't want these guys to pit necessarily because Rudy won't pit, but they could. And that would help out Tins a lot, but we'll wait and see. Otherwise, basically,
he doesn't need Rudy to pit. He just needs Windows and Jake to go in. So
don't pit, Tins! Don't pit! No, you silly Billy!
Oh, it's a Tin pit. Oh no!
Why did you pit?
Oh no, Tin! He was so close. All he had to do was nothing.
Oh, around. We could have gone around Tins again. Oh no!
Some of them pitted Tins. Oh, what's he done?
Oh my.
So, I don't know what to think right now. So it's gonna be an interesting run to the end here, isn't it? Rudiger's, as you said, choosing not to pit. He's got those relatively new softs on, so safe to keep going, and he's gonna have Mercy behind as a buffer or as a challenger. Do you think with those 8-lap hold hards?
Yeah, it's a bit chaos. I've got a McLaren stuck at the end near the end of sector 1. Is that also for you too?
End of sector 1. I can see a McLaren moving. I see Formal was... Alright, not Formal. Cappy was around for a bit. Oh, yeah. Just bouncing on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, I think he left. I think he got kicked, so we'll see what happens. This game is just amazing.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
And yeah, he's rapidly shifting for. Oh, I'm gonna headache looking at that. Unfortunate days for McLaren. It's yeah, we're seeing seeing a few people complaining about these things now. So
yeah, we might have this race affected post race. We might roll it back, but we'll let them finish. We'll let them finish for sure. Obviously, I'm sitting here with an agenda. So yeah, obviously, always. But I'll leave that up to the crew to finish it up. That's floating around with the 2 of us being admins. We'll let the others dodgers floating around. As Inns has just decided to just goodbye. I'm gonna unlap myself.
Oh, he's going. He's allowed to, or is he just giving up and he's gone for it anyway?
He's
Oh,
disqualified himself.
So that's why you're supposed to unlap yourself and then pit.
Yeah. So
that's a disappointing.
this race has just turned on its head. So
This is. That's it, man. I'm just seeing SGN saying that wasn't cleared from the Merc wall. So, man is unilaterally going out there and getting himself disqualified. Toto Wolf breaking headphones left, right, and centre.
as everyone passes, waves goodbye to Cappy as they drive on by.
Cappy's still boogieing at turn 3.
Yeah, it's just pure chaos. There definitely will be. FIA will do some rolling back, but we'll at least let these guys finish the race. And,
yeah, it's still good fun, isn't it? It's good fun while you're on track. Although you got to say it's pretty distressing to lose a P1 to a rollback. So someone might be in for a bit of a rough evening when they find out.
yeah, but
What can you do? That's how racing goes.
yeah, and they've all passed the. Be interesting to see when we get the first report of desync, because that will probably stop us and start us from there. But it was all over the mixed bag of desync, but that's this game. I think the patch is also rolling at the moment, so unfortunately we have 4 divisions as Cappy's finally returned.
Let's see what happens. No.
He's going to find himself. He's going to find him. You watch this. It's going to magically put him in the chain.
Back into P2. Maybe.
Back into P2, but
Well, not back into, but into P2.
yeah.
Nah, nothing going on the Cappy cam still. We'll check in with Cappy in 10 seconds or so, see if he's still bouncing.
But interesting strategies. So we've got Mercy's on the hards, Bulldogs on the hards in 11th, as is also on hards in P13, but everyone else is on softs. So it's all kicking off. It's going to kick off with a soft sprint, and
only 3 guys choosing not to pit. Do you think that's the right choice?
no, I don't think so. Not with how many laps are left for these soft tyres. 3 some chase P again. So, look, the hards in the front. Look, I see where Mercy's coming from. Can he hold the whole division with soft tyres behind him? I just doubt it. I expect someone to just send it. So we're going to have 3 laps of racing left. We'll have DRS possibly available on the last lap, hopefully. Unless the safety car stays out with Happy still in the pits, technically, as he's made a new pit stop at the end of turn 4. So yeah, it's all a bit crazy for a Monday night.
Yeah, sucks to be his mechanic.
Yeah, right. Speaking to him. Anyway, I feel for the boys, but you know they've been strong. Championship battle's been really turned on its head. Rudy's back in the fight here. HK's had a not disappointing race weekend this week. He is in P6. He's damage limitations, but Rudy's come back into the fight. Formal struggled. He's now P12. So they've all had their ups and downs this evening. So yeah, it's all to play for in what will be a safety car restart hopefully shortly. I think Cappy couldn't do anything, so if we get a notification for safety car in, we'll be underway. Otherwise, yes we are. So here we go.
Yeah, you got to think it's big points still on the table for pretty much anyone on the field, right? The top 10 will be taking points. There'll be 3 laps of sprinting carnage to really capitalize on some mayhem here, and even sitting down in sort of P12 casting right now might be licking his chops, thinking, oh, I can get at least P3, P4 here if the right thing, if things go right for me here. And that's the start of it. Sogaton takes a 5-second penalty for running into the back of HK under safety. So, there's very, very few ways to overcome a big penalty like a 5-second penalty with only 3 laps of racing to go.
Yeah, we're underway. As,
Broadcasting takes a 5-second penalty.
I think that's all for the swapping around with him and Hazard. I think these restarts are getting a bit dangerous, but we're underway. As Mercy goes very defensive, moves straight out of the way for Jake, and nearly...
Oh, is that team orders?
It's team orders for sure, as he's defending now against Windows and Reblets. He's under attack as he's defending to the inside here, and Windows goes around the inside. There's collision! Oh, no!
Windows and Mercy coming together in a big way, and Windows will be filthy about that. After such a good race to bring himself back into the action, he's been speared right in the side there.
And oh my gosh, so Rudy is still under attack here by Jake, and Angry Man's following, and then Mercy's holding up this massive train. The rest of the field, basically, HK, Reblets, Ayrton, Stealth, Bulldogs, Formal, Soccertom, Belladat, Hazerhawk, it's all stacking up behind him, and he's under attack now. He's basically trying to give the front three, podium run as they skip away, but HK's going to have the first opportunity up the inside. No, he'll pull out of that one. He'll have another go as Formal's spun around in the back of here, so let's head down as we'll stick with HK and Reblets as they come to the final corner.
I'm trying to keep track of two things at once here. Jake and Angry Man are all over the back of Rudy as well, and Angry Man, I've got to say here right now, is looking very quick. He could be majorly on for the win here, and HK is looking much quicker than Mercy. Mercy will not be able to hold that. Angry Man, meanwhile, pulls up alongside Jake and Rudy.
3-1!
And it's Carnage. And fantastic. Jake actually catches it. I thought he might have been punted around there with that little bit of contact, but Jake only loses the one spot, and the pressure is still on Rudy on those old tyres, trying to keep himself safe. And Mercy, meanwhile, after that little bit of carnage, it's closed right onto the back of the lead pack again.
They all get scared coming around that final corner without McLaren.
And HK up into P4. HK, championship leader, taking absolute advantage of the mayhem at the front, and he might still be on for a podium finish here, HK.
Yeah, it's all kicking off as the other Haas now tries to get past Mercy and does so, as Angry's going to set himself up, as there's bumper cars!
Angry really
no, HK in between Haas's!
Oh, the Haas team set each other around. It's absolute chaos, and Jake is still there now at the front, piling the pressure on, and Rudy, you've got to say fantastic from him. He is just caused carnage behind himself, and look at him now. He's got 1.5 seconds over Jake. It looks like Rudy could go on to win this race. It's absolutely fantastic, and Angry Man right now is not happy about that. He is a very angry man, and he's got one lap to do this. He's on an absolute march right now after Rudy, and Rudy's tyres may have hit the cliff here, so it could be an absolute showdown down the last couple of straights on this final lap. Stay tuned. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, so here we go. DRS is now enabled. So Angry's going to have no DRS for this first start of this final lap. You're going to have Jake and Mercy. All they're going to have the pressure on the back of him now. And Rudy's definitely got those tyres that have gone as Stealth just bullet blazed and killed about 4 of them in the back of the field.
Yeah.
As Ayrton's now moved up to P4 as, oh my, this saw Reblets just go backwards, Mazepin style into the wall. It's all just gone bonkers as Ayrton's gone around being collected by Mercy. There's been a DNF as well. It's just chaos on that last corner. We'll stick to the front as Angry's still trying to get past Rudy.
He's closing up, but it's not enough. He's going to have to do some serious damage in this next corner.
Yeah, he's going to get down. He's going to have the perfect trying to get around this final corner. Tippy toe.
Where mechanical grip counts, and Angry Man has gone wide, pushing too hard, and he's given Jake an option. Jake with a huge run on him right now, with DRS as well. And is it going to be? It doesn't look like Jake's quite going to have the speed. Has to tuck in behind Angry Man, and this is going to be a fight right to the line between these two. Just checking in a bit further down, Soccer Tom almost cutting corners there to try and get past Mercy, who you've got to say has done a fantastic job defending on those hards after being speared by Stealth as well. Mercy is doing phenomenally to keep in this race.
So the two Hasses are now 14 and 15th as well as we're coming around the final corner. Rudiger's has held off the pack as he will come across as the winner of the feature race, with Angry Man coming in a second place, followed by Jake. What a defense. And Stealth will also come in P4. He'll drop back a couple of spots, but followed by Mercy, Soccer Tom, even Belladat will jump up. Bulldogs inside the top 10. Windows as well. Free Slim Shady. It's all, the scoreboard's all over the place. And HK will finish 11th, and it's just pure chaos. I can't even read the scoreboard. There's just so many penalties.
Moving, didn't it?
There's just so many penalties, and we'll leave that to see what happens with the FIA. Academy Division is going to have their hands full post-race, so yeah, we'll have to keep out on the lookout on the Discord for the final results. But that's what a race! What a race! what entertainment!
They did bring us a colourful spectacle tonight, didn't they? That was absolutely cracking. This was the worst possible thing I could have done when I was recovering from a cough, because I've just been screaming in excitement for the last 2 hours. It's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's been one of those things, and Rodriguez will take out the overall points winner for the round, with Angry Man and Jake in second and third. Belladat will be in fourth, and then everyone else gets their little bits and pieces. But from the race itself, from the main race, it was Rudy, followed by Angry Man, Jake, Belladat, Mercy, Slim Shady, Soccer Tom, Schmuck, Bulldogs and Stealth rounding at the top 10. And then the Hasses of HK Reblets were followed by Windows, Hazahawk, Formal, Ayrton, Manitin. Cappy actually was classified as a DNF, Kofu Cowboy, and Obi-Wan as well. I don't know if you can get the race director for everybody there, Nordal, but I think everyone will need it, because that was utter chaos to end that race.
This could take a while to scroll through all the incidents. There's a lot of them.
Oh my.
So just in case you needed this race director stuff, anyone? There's a good 2 minutes of scrolling for you. And would you believe that? Not as many front wings as I expected to be replaced, to be honest.
Yeah, so definitely with the desync and stuff like that, there will be most likely a rollback. And I don't even know if we want to get any of these drivers in interviews, because I think they're going to be very angry. So look, we got chaos.
We did get chaos. We got absolute carnage.
And we got plenty of entertainment. It's going to set up what's going to be an entertaining week, I feel like, of racing. Novice division, has been deemed the best division for pack racing. Are we going to see chaos like what we just saw tonight, though, in pack racing? Because that's just going to be an absolute headache for the FIA.
Oh, look, the only thing I could wish for, in addition to what we had tonight, is if the chaos stayed for longer. So I'm hoping that if Novice Division are able to stay as close as some of those guys did for 15-20 laps, then the FIA are going to have a really difficult week, but everyone else is going to have a great time.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, yeah, it's going to be one of those weeks. I feel like as if our division, I want to stay away from you if you want to have chaos, but we will find you, to be honest. I want to
benefit from the chaos, and apologies to anyone who's looking at the screen. Obviously, we had technical issues. We're looking at last season's. We are not recruiting for our F1 2021 league.
No, if we're recruiting for F1 2021 league, I mean, people have been saying go back to the old game, but we're not going back. We are sticking to this game, and we're going to reap the glory of what is the early game bugs. But oh well, good fun and it all. But yeah.
Okay, so we're going to pass in some interviews tonight, you reckon, after the desync carnage?
I think so. I think because we don't know who's actually in what position. I think we're gonna.
Don't know what to ask.
We'll roll them back, but we'll let them all decide. We'll put them in a draft, and we'll let them pick their final position for the week. I think that might be the way to go. But it was a pleasure having you back, Nordal.
Yeah, it was a pleasure being back. I feel like there's an argument going on in chat right now about why is the image there, and I feel like I explained that literally 2 minutes ago. Anyway, it has been an absolute pleasure being back, Bassing. Thank you very much for having me. It was an awesome race, and we will be back tomorrow night, 7:40 for Novice Division. Is that correct?
Yeah, so stream will be starting early with the sprint race starting, so be sure to be in early, and yeah, we'll see you then tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Catch you tomorrow.